Hello everyone, this is take 2 of reviewing, commentating, and watching this speeded up version of me making a 32 by 32 pixel art of a lighter and a razor. Now I actually went with contraband as the sort of theme for this thing. I actually had a bit of trouble getting both of these down. It took quite a bit to get the geometry, especially on the cap part of the flip lighter. As you can see, I was originally going to do a Bic lighter, but I thought it was going to be too thin. Tried doing the diagonal thing that I do quite a bit, but also did not fit. So instead, I just went with the flip lighter once again, and I had quite a bit of trouble with the mechanical parts inside of it, as well as that cap portion was really difficult to try and get the geometry correct for it. I tried doing some like measuring out and seeing which one was best. Let me actually see what I did here. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I don't really remember doing that. I was going to make it connect more, but I thought that that small little portion was good enough. I don't know if you actually closed this, if it would close fully. It does seem a bit heavy in the mechanical parts, but, you know, it's a game. We don't talk about it. Yeah, so now I was going to do the same colors as I did for the other metal things. I try and keep it consistent with the metal bits, having several materials be used at once. Hopefully that doesn't overlap with the wooden parts, the part in the middle that's kind of like rusted. Didn't really think about that. Might have to double check it later. Now this fire I actually went over quite a few times. Now you can see it was too long, so I had to make it a little bit shorter. It took a while to get down. I even tried to make it a little. I think when it's lighter, it's hotter, I believe. So I tried making as much red as I can, light parts as I could, but then I just kind of gave up and did oranges. And it's a small flame, you know. I wasn't originally going to add it, but I thought it made it a little more dynamic. So, you know, why not? Now we're getting to the shading, and I put actually two lines instead of one because I thought it'd be more curved than on the bottom, right? Just to give almost like a cylindrical vibe. Well, not really cylindrical. There's still a lot of rectangular bits. And you can see I'm actually going on and making a K at first. I kind of change it to an X, then I try and go with an F. I did a lot with that. I ended up just going with the K because it was easier. See, I did an H, bunch of stuff. I felt like it was a little too blank, and a lot of them had like insignia and all that. I thought that it was just cooler and made it more nice, right? Now we're going over to the razor. Now this is not actually the traditional kind of razor. It's really hard to describe. I put a well, let's watch a little bit more. Yeah, so I added an indent, which I believe this is for a razor. I actually just used disposable razors, and this one that has, I believe, 5 in it. You know, I've never actually seen this type of razor before. However, they appeared on the internet quite a bit, and I thought it would go more with the vibe of what I was going for. So I ended up going with it, even though it didn't really look like a razor to me. You know, I'm used to those almost straight razor kind of things. I don't know if that's what they're called. I would work with my dad at a mechanic shop, and we would always use the razors. Well, I wouldn't, but they would always use the razors to spread out and get the bubbles out on a tint for a windshield, right? So I'm used to those where it's like one side is like flat and thicker, so you can pick it up easier and it's easier to use, thicker, right? This one is on both sides, so I imagine you're supposed to put it into a razor, which I didn't really see it much of. Granted, I did just look up razor, so you know. And we're actually coming somewhat close. We're actually just doing the shading on this now. I was originally going to put insignia on this as well, maybe like there was actually on the original image a triangle, which I was going to add. You can see that right there real quick. Oops. Drop this tweezer. It's a little loud. Let me try and pick it up with my feet. We're actually coming up to the end of the video, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Good.